So hello and welcome to a teaser breakdown for Solo: A Star Wars Story. Now first, this is my first ever teaser I've done, and I also want to clarify that I'm doing the full length teaser, not the TV spot that was released during the Super Bowl. So I'll start by saying that I love this teaser. I think it's really good and it's given me a lot of confidence in the film. And you'll see why, so let's get into it. So this first shot here, now this could either be on the Millennium Falcon with different controls or in a speeder bike. I tend to believe that it's in Han's sort of speeder bike, but we won't really know for a later date, but it all looks quite good. I mean, there's nothing particularly special about it.
I've been running scams on the street since I was 10.
This shot here though looks pretty cool with the back of the speeder and perhaps a nighttime shot on Corellia, or maybe it's just in some tunnel or something. The visuals just look really good there. And this shot with Emilia Clarke's character, I believe Kira, and obviously Alden Ehrenreich as Han Solo, he looks quite in the role there, personally, for me. And it's already starting to look good by this point. Now this one, the visuals of the CGI are just brilliant here. The sparks flying off look really good, and there's clearly a chase going on, which looks interesting. This shot here I wanted to highlight. If you look at the trooper there, that's not one we've seen. I assume this is going to be like Rogue One, where they introduce new troopers, and that is not something we've seen. Now there is actually a leaked Lego image with a trooper like this. I can't remember the name of them though, but it's interesting to see that new design.
Having a mind of my own.
This shot here of the mountains shows just the visuals of this film and the cinematography. That looks absolutely fucking brilliant, to be honest. I don't know what planet that is. I'm looking forward to finding out, but that shot just looks amazing. And then here, Alden Ehrenreich standing on top of the mountains, and then he's saying he's going to be the best pilot in the galaxy, which obviously he does become. And the good thing, that trailer does show that later with the shot that I'll talk about when it comes up. Here's a pristine shot of the Millennium Falcon, which some people aren't too sure about from what I've heard. I personally really like it. I think when you see this, and then when you get to The Force Awakens and you see how run down it's become then, it's going to be a really nice contrast. It shows that it's almost just come straight off the factory, and yeah, looks really good. I mean, it's pure white. It's not had any kind of scuffling or modifications there. This shot, some people think it may be Han Solo's first viewing of the Millennium Falcon. Personally, I think it's not. I think this looks to me like it may well be on Kessel, and that will be a bit late in the movie. This is just my speculation, so I think it's probably unlikely that it is. But you never know, it could be. This shot here with Woody Harrelson looks really interesting. You can see the different markings on the poster there. I've no idea which planet that's on, but it's going to be interesting to find out. This shot is another one of my favourites actually. That character just looks really good, and that droid looks amazing, but I'll come on to him in his own shot. Here's Lando, looking well like Lando. He's definitely got that swagger about him that he has in the original trilogy, and I think Donald Glover's performance of him is going to be really, really good. Now this shot looks really cool. This, whatever creature this is, honestly I can't wait to see more of it. It just looks really fun, and I mean, it's clearly driving. It actually reminds me of Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy just now, but obviously not really in looks, but the fact that it's a creature like that driving or flying, whatever you want to say. And this one of Chewbacca looks interesting. It's got a different ammunition on his whatever you call it, belt around the neck is what I'm going to say, but he looks pretty similar to how he does in The Force Awakens. And here is an interesting shot, because you can see Han Solo at some sort of gambling, or maybe it's the Game of Sabacc where he wins the Falcon, is my bet, and Lando is probably there. The shot that we just seen is probably where he fits in, as a guess, although that's speculation on my part. Here's a good look at Woody Harrelson, and I love Woody Harrelson as an actor, so I have a lot of faith in that performance being one of the really good ones of the movie, and it's one of the reasons I'm so excited for it. Here is a proper shot of that droid, and it just looks really cool. I love the design of that droid. I'm a real sucker for droids in Star Wars movies, and this one just looks like perfection. I mean, it probably won't be as good as K2 because that was amazing, his humour, but we'll see. I can't wait to see that character in play. And here's a really cool shot of the Falcon going into hyperspace, which again is a really finished, nice CGI shot for the film. Here is some kind of like party venue, reminding me a little bit of Canto Bight, and there is a dancer in the middle, but yeah, it looks like a really nice set and sort of the corporate sector, like I say, like Canto Bight. So it'll be interesting to see just how that comes into play. Here's a close look at Emilia Clarke's character, again looking really cool. And here's an interesting shot of Han Solo about to take out his blaster, I assume, followed by one of a gang or something. I don't know whether they're bounty hunters, pirates, but the guy leading them looks really cool, and I love his armor. I can see that being on posters everywhere because that's just whoever designed that character has done an amazing job. So this next shot is almost of like a heist, and I think it may be on the train. That's just some speculation on my part, and I would also say as a guess that it might be Lando, but it could really be any one of them. Again, the cinematography there just looks good. This shot looks a bit mental. I don't know, they still the speeder bikes, they look like they could be flying off a cliff, which is going to be interesting. Here is another really good CGI shot of that ship flying off the surface of whatever planet that turns out to be, with some kind of field in the background that they're clearly escaping. And here's one of Alden Ehrenreich being the cocky Han Solo that was so popular during the original trilogy. He says a line that sounds just like this.
What's that?
And we then come on to the Solo title screen, which I personally quite like. I know everyone doesn't like it. Some people didn't like the Rogue One, but I personally don't mind it at all and think it's quite good. And here is my favourite shot of the whole trailer, which is the Falcon flying away from a Star Destroyer in a storm, and I think that's going to be one of the best sequences of the whole film, to be honest. And you can see a new variant of TIE Fighter there that we haven't seen, and it'll be interesting to see exactly what that is. Maybe some kind of reconnaissance ship, I don't really know.
Get ready. Thought we were in trouble there for a second, but it's fine. We're fine.
So that line is reminiscent of the cell block, of course, in A New Hope, but I think it's delivered really well, and it is believable that it is Han Solo. And the way that the Millennium Falcon smashes the TIE Fighter into the rock is amazing. It is so well done, and it just gets me excited for the film as a whole. So that's it then for the trailer itself, and I'm just going to finish out with some overall thoughts. So this trailer makes me excited for Solo a lot more than I was before it. It looks like it could be a really strong Star Wars story, not one that people need to worry about. Don't get me wrong, it still has the potential to be a fuck up, but it could be one of the best Star Wars films we've seen. It has the potential to. So that's my thoughts. This is the second video I've done, so don't be too harsh in the comments and leave me any suggestions for things that you think I could do better. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, and if there's any videos that you'd like me to do, just let me know in the comments. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.